Hello guys, Saul here and welcome to another episode of our tutorial videos. In this episode we're going to look at how to create another version of our project chat widget. Alright, so for those of you who are joining for the first time, we've done two videos looking at this version of the donor chat and this one as well, and now we're going to look at this very one. Okay, so why is progress chat very important? Progress chat is something that we commonly use whenever we're creating dashboards and even ensuring adequate reporting of our safety KPIs, because most safety KPIs are, you're going to estimate a score, and in order to properly represent a score you can use a progress chart. So instead of just having a score of, let's say, 70% as a test, you could probably indicate the score with a progress chart. All right, so just a recap, progress chart has two data points, that is the progress and then the remainder. All right, so just to explain what progress chart looks like, so we just go to insert, come to the chart, and we insert this. So this is actually what progress chart is. All right, so this is a donor chart, the donor chart that we use to indicate or visualize progress. All right, so if this is 80%, then this has to be 20%, right? And then the chart is going to update. But in order to properly represent the data and then create any form of analysis from the data, we have to use an Excel table, which we've already discussed that we are trying to develop a template. So we have our Excel table, and then the total row of the table is able to give us the subtotal, and out of the subtotal we use it to provide the progress. So there's our calculation column where we look at the target, which is always 100%, the progress, which is the cumulative figure divided by the target, and that gives us the score, and then the remainder. And because it is coming from an Excel table, we're able to actually update our database, and then our report would update dynamically because we are using it on an Excel table. All right, so in case you have missed our previous video, all you need to just go back and check. We are on YouTube, so you do well to just follow us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for any new updates. You're going to be notified. All right, so we are going to look at this very one. So this is quite interesting. Okay, this is the two data series that we are using to create this progress chart. So there's the one on top, and then there's the one below. How do I get to know that? All right, so just click on the donor chart. Okay, go to format data series, and then try to reduce the size or increase the size of the donut. Right, when you increase the size of the donut, you notice that there's one below it. So there's one above it, there's one below it. The one below it is represented by some data points. In fact, it has a lot of data points. The one above it has only two data points in the sense that there's a progress and there's a remainder. But the one below has a lot of data points. You can count them. If you count these data points, you're going to get a total of 20. All right, so that's exactly what we are going to do and organize it like this, so that when we apply our slicer, we are going to get the figure populate automatically. All right, so without wasting time, let's head over to our sheet. So this is our worksheet. As I earlier mentioned, we started off with this, we've done this one, and now we are coming to do, okay, let me delete it. Okay, I'm going to show you how we're going to move on. So from this, we want to create another sheet. So I just right click, go to move, and then move to the end, create a copy. All right, so now we have our table, which is our database, we have our calculation, we have our chart, all within the same worksheet. Right, so we're going to call it 3. So what exactly are we coming to do? Maybe I should just delete it and we start all over again. Right, so first and foremost, we're going to insert a donor chart without selecting any data. Right, so there's a blank donor chart, and the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to add one data series. To do that, we click on the chart, we go to select data. So this opens up the box for selecting or adding data series. Right, so we're going to add first data series, and this first data series, you can call it indicators. We're going to call it just indicators. Right, now we're going to add 20 of ones, okay, because if you look at it clearly, it's the same data points all around the chart. It's the same data points. That's like the same number, the same figure, right? It's an equal proportion of the same data point. So we're gonna make it 1 all the way to like 20, like 1 up to 20. Yeah? So this 2 of the ones, we go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have 20 data points which we're going to use for the indicators. So we hit enter, and there we have it. We have our first data point. Okay, we call it indicators because this is like various indicators, right? As we are supposed to add some numbering, add some data format. You see, they are all these are the labels, right? All is one in equal proportion. You get it? So we just delete this. Now we are building on this chart, so we come to format chart. We remove the fill, remove the outline. So we have our first data point. We can format it if we want. Okay, so let's go ahead and format. So format data series, go to the fill, and then choose, go to solid fill and choose like this. Okay, so we have one data point already, data series already populated. Now we need to select the progress charts that we want to add. Okay, now take note that we are going to do the same for this. So let me just create another copy and create another copy and paste it here. Control C, Control V, because we're going to use one for this and one for the other. Okay, so in order to add this onto it, all I need to do is just click on it, go to select data, add another data series. Now with this data series, we're going to select the y-axis and we copy this. Select the score and then the remainder, like we did for the progress charts. The previous two versions, and then we hit, okay. All right. So now we have the second one showing here. Okay. Now, how do we make sure that we've merged both of them together? Because one cannot be at the top. If we reduce the size of the donut, they're all moving together. Okay, so let's try to make it how it was before. Let's say that was 80. No, not 80, maybe 70. Let's make it at 75. Okay, so in order to merge the two, we need to change it to a combo chart. So we come to change to combo charts. We choose this one as a combo chart. So we change the whole thing into a combo chart, right? And then we select the, now take note that these are the ones that we added, and the one in there is this one, right? So we change this first. Now take note that this has to be on top of this one. So the one that has to be on top should be at the secondary axis, and the one that is supposed to be at the bottom will be the primary axis. So once we click on this, we convert it back to the donut chart. All right, so we make it like this, and that is the first one there, and then this one also we convert it back to a donut chart, and then we have it at the back. Okay, so take note that if I increase the size of the donut, you see that the one is right underneath it. Okay, this one is going to be it's going to be no fill. Okay, and then this one is going to be, let's say, gray. Okay, and then we would try to increase this as well. So this is 70, let's make it 75, and then this one also will be 75. Okay, so there we have it. We've been able to create the chart. Let's go and have a look at it. The same thing, right? Been able to create the chart, and that's right there. And we would select this data point and add a shadow. So that's exactly what we've done. This one, you can choose any color you want. You can maintain the same gray, make sure that the fill is gray, and that's it. You can also make the fill the same color, and then you make it a percent transparent to this, but it's not the best. Let's make it like this. Okay, so this is the first one. Now trying to replicate the same thing, we select the data, we add another data series, we choose the progress chart. Now this, this is not giving us the 2 data points. I'll try to reduce the score to the one that gives us some data points, the 2 data points altogether. Okay, all right, so this one is supposed to be at the top, this one is supposed to be at the bottom, but we need to merge the 2 together. So what we'll do is we convert the whole chart to a combo chart, right? And then this one is that's the first data series. We're gonna make sure that that is the secondary axis, which puts the chart above the one below. So this one is the primary axis, so we will just go and convert this to a pie chart, a donut chart, and then we will do the same for this, also make it a donut chart. Okay, and now we've been able to merge it, so we can increase the size of the donuts, and then make here no fill, make this one a solid fill, and we choose gray, and then this very one, make it a shadow, and then we can reduce it back. But I want this to be 75, and the one below also should be 75. Okay, so there we have it. We've been able to create our charts. Okay, now what we are going to do next is that we are going to insert text box to add the scores. All right, so we have the first one. We would remove the fill, remove the outline, we will hit the equal sign, we will select workplace inspection, and then we would format it, increase the font size to, let's say, 18, and then we have this. Okay, I'll just Control V to duplicate it, and then I'll hit the equal sign, select this one, then I will copy the format and then paste this. All right, then I go to insert again, text box, to select the one we're going to use to pull the score. So we're going to use this, hit enter, and then come to the middle, change the font color, can change the font size to this, and Control C, Control V, do the same thing for this as well. Okay, and then we can copy the format and paste it on this, and now we have our chart almost ready. So we just copy this, group the 2, we copy this in the chart, group it as well, and then we make sure you align the 2, group this, and then go to size properties, and then choose the one that when the cell moves, the chart will not move, right? So now you've been able to create another version of donut charts. Okay, so this brings this tutorial to an end. I'm gonna see you again soon in another video. Bye for now. Cheers.